What's up everyone, this is Super Marcel and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. In the last episode, we didn't do a whole lot of progress. We had a massive bloody what's that disease called again? the skeletal corrosis or something. Uh I don't know. It was a really bad disease, right? I studied dinosaurs, not diseases. I'm not that type of doctor. I'm not even a doctor. I'm a bachelor. But yeah, we cured all the dinosaurs of their diseases. We made this cool little enclosure right here, and then we pretty much gotten a male equivalent of every single dinosaur that we have in the park, so that they can be able to reproduce and make more of baby dinosaurs of their kind, like Metabarosaurus, for example, or the Nodosaurs, which they seem to have made little babies of their own. Ah! Hello. No. Look at that little nugget. And so now we were at a point where like we were given a task to increase our reputation with the science division and the security division. However, unfortunately, it seems that we can't actually do that without doing the other missions. Now I could stick around and do 5 stars for this park, right? And then go like, oh well, there's nothing else for me to do, I might as well move on to the next place. But the thing is that I genuinely feel like I have better odds building outside building area. Yeah, I have a better chance of getting the 5 stars with this extra area, right? So I've made the decision that we will come back to Indonesia in a later time when we do unlock the restrictions, and that we can, move forward with the game, right? So for now, we're done with Indonesia. For now, we will eventually be back. I'm sure of it. So I made so for those that might have paid attention, I put up a poll. I once again made you guys make the decision on where I should go next after Indonesia, and the choices were like same as before, China, Japan, or we go back to Morocco or Hawaii, right? Turns out I probably should not even ask. There is a very clear audience. It was majority of you want me to go back to China. Like, I should have known, China was second place on the poll last time. It kept getting tied up with Indonesia. There was very clearly like a bunch of you wanted me to go to China, right? But I don't know. I just thought like, I don't know, maybe you guys might have changed your mind and you wanted me to go to Japan or something. But no. You made it very abundantly clear. Go to China. There were a few of you that voted for something else. 3 of you voted for Japan. 1 of you voted for Montana. No one voted for Hawaii this time. I guess Lucky decided he didn't want to go to Hawaii. But no, it's very clear that you guys want me to go to China. So let's go to China, right? Which I can very much work with. There's heaps of cool different dinosaurs that I can work with in making an enclosure for Jurassic World China. So let's go to China. Sichuan Basin, China. Look at that. Oh, so I'm guessing. So yeah, giant sauropods was the descriptions. Was not specifically sauropod, but I think it's safe to assume we're going to deal with giant sauropods of some kind, like Brachiosaurus, Dreadnoughtus, maybe even Patagotitan, the new dinosaur. I feel like that's going to happen, but it's going to be giant dinosaurs are going to be involved somehow, right? Now China is very good because like unlike some of the other parks where like, oh okay,
sanctuary for titans, huh? You know, prehistoric giants were the first dinosaurs that I ever laid eyes on. But if you're hearing any nostalgia in my voice, well, you'd be mistaken. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was, truly amazed. But I was also struck by how out of time they felt. So immense, so massive, they just didn't seem to fit our world. Well, that's now the very challenge that we all need to solve.
All right.
One of my favorite places in the world. You know we're close to the Shaximau Formation.
Hey!
The fossils found here,
I know that formation.
staggering. Over 100 sauropods alone. Giants roam this land. Can you imagine it?
We don't have to. Need I remind you that we are here to create
Oh,
a permanent
wow.
home for some of the largest animals to have ever lived? The client is expecting no less than well-cared-for dinosaurs and an effective breeding program. Our work here will be under the greatest scrutiny.
Wonderful. I mean, I've spent most of my professional life under scrutiny anyway. But I have every faith in your abilities, Dr. Baldera. Make some magic.
Alright, Sichuan Basin, China. Number of cohabited species, free. Number of naturally bred dinosaurs, 15. Tour visibility, 35. Number of different species, 10. So, appeal modifiers, Giganotosaurus is the most highest rating dinosaur. That's fair enough. Therizinosaurus is also the second highest rating. All of these are like a bunch of dinosaurs are reasonable to understand why they're popular. Dreadnoughtus, Patagotitan, Megalodon, Mamenchisaurus, plus 5 theme insight overview. Increased breeding success, high guest count. I don't know why that's considered a bad thing, but I guess that's a bad thing. I don't.
Female sauropods are on the way, but that alone
Apatosaurus.
won't make for a very successful breeding program. We need males, too.
Not a problem. We'll need genetic material in order to synthesize a male, so let's send out an expedition to gather it. While we wait, we can build a lovely enclosure for those soon-to-arrive sauropods.
Okay. Right. What do I want to do for sauropods? So we're doing with a Apatosaurus first. So that's fair enough. A simple, basic dinosaur. Okay. My first thought is to do something like right here, right? Obviously, we need heaps of space. You know, because they're sauropods. But I think we can work with something here. But yeah, like I said, like, other than the dinosaurs that we are going to get in China, there's also going to be, like, you know, a bunch of various other things here and there. Like, China, I would argue, has probably one of the, either the most or the most best quality of dinosaur fossils. There's a lot of dinosaurs in Asia, to the point where, like, I have to question if Asia has more dinosaurs than America itself, you know? Because you got like the formation with all the feathered dinosaurs and stuff, that came from Asia, you know, the majority of it. Some Archaeopteryx and whatnot. And you got like I'm thinking of Mongolia, really, a lot of it, which is technically not really China. It's just above China, but it's very close to China. But I think Archaeopteryx and the feathered dinosaurs are pretty. But the other guys mentioned earlier, the Yixian Formation, right? That's a formation that like has heaps of sure, yes, sauropods, but when I looked at it, I actually saw heaps of stegosaurs, right? There were a bunch of stegosaurs in that formation. which is wild. Really cool. I don't know if this will be enough room. Maybe I can have this enclosure be for something much more smaller. Yeah, I'll do that. And for sauropods, gee, I don't know. I think what I'll do is that I actually want to... I think I want to make like a cool waterfall system. Honestly. So... yeah, we'll try that. My idea is that like there was one really cool enclosure that I saw, right? Where it's like different. The best way I can describe it is like the rivers, the rivers with the bears and whatnot, right? How it's like it kept getting higher and higher, and you got like rivers falling down with waterfalls and whatnot. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. We can make it even better. Because I just remembered a cool detail. Yeah, look at that. And then we can have the rocks, the big massive rocks as barriers. Oh wow, they got a bunch of new options, and that's not quite what I wanted. There we go. All right, hell yeah. In other news, while I'm building this, I can also tell you that, like... So recently, by the time I'm filming this, will be... there's a new update to the game, right? And yeah, it's a pretty big update too, right? For starters, Kentrosaurus is now in the game, which is always exciting. It's always good to know that some of the basal dinosaurs that people have grown to really like over the past game will come back. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the DLC stuff. But the basal dinosaurs, at the very least, will be coming back. And starting with Kentrosaurus. Kentrosaurus is now in the game. And they're going to add in more dinosaurs from the original game. From the foreseen future, right? Starting on January of all things. Right, which means to tell me that there's the fact that they're skipping December probably means to tell me that they're making some kind of DLC already. Now, whether or not what that DLC is, I don't know. I'm hoping it's something good. I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's likely that it's like, you know, a content DLC or something like that, right? Because I doubt it's going to be like a major DLC already when the game just came out. They're not going to release like a Rebirth story campaign or a Chaos Fury campaign or something like that. It's going to be a simple content DLC with like, look, we got extra dinosaurs. Hopefully some of them will be the DLC dinosaurs as well, but I prefer if there's like more the other dinosaurs than the DLC dinosaurs. Yeah. But other than like bringing Kentrosaurus back, they also added some other things here and there with the update. So there's like so now there's more interaction with the dinosaurs and the environment. So I think they can actually go underneath the archers that I build now from here on out. But also, like, as we saw, there's more shortcuts, and it's like there's a couple other things here and there that I just can't really list. But it's cool to see the updates are, you know, updates. Like, cool stuff is happening. Yeah. Now, with Kentrosaurus itself, I don't think I'm going to necessarily... Just because Kentrosaurus is now in the game does not mean I'm suddenly going to go like, oh, new dinosaur, let me bring it in. Like, nah. Like, I don't have... I don't think I'll use Kentrosaurus specifically on this park. I think there are other more suitable dinosaurs to fit in for Jurassic World China. But yeah. Ooh, autumn leaves. I like that. Which tree do I like more? I do like this. This feels more fitting. Oh, but the bamboo though. No, we gotta get bamboo. Like close to the water's edge. To really sell that Chinese feel, you know. Nice. Not a bad enclosure, I have to say. Too few adult males. That's fine. So now we're tasked with getting male apatosauruses, which I'm perfectly fine with. We can work with that, yeah. But let's also make sure that we get the attractions, obviously. So basic stuff like a viewing gallery. I'm also kind of considering getting a zip line. I feel like this would be a great zip line enclosure, you know? Zip line on top of the waterfalls over the apatosauruses. It would be great. And a tower can work as well. Yeah. Tower right here. So that they can see the apatosauruses walloping in the deep water. Can I get ziplines? No, I have to research that. I'll do that later. Let's focus on getting some apatosauruses. Alright. I should get a feel for... I really wish I was more creative on the guest side of things. I kind of just put down a path, put a building, and then move on. I do notice that when it comes to building enclosures, I'm very creative with all the cool stuff that I would do. But then when it actually comes down to buildings, it's just like, oh yeah, I'll just plonk it down. Alright, so I imagine I have to research it first, right? Sauropods. Oh no, I already have it. Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Patagotitan. Hell yeah. So... in that case, let's go get some remains then. Other than Patagotitan, Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus should be in the same formation in the Morrison. Oh yeah. National Dinosaur Monument. Apatosaurus, Dryosaurus. Brachiosaurus is on its own. Parasaurolophus, Coelophysis, Brachiosaurus. Wait, hold on. Is there not a Morrison formation? Where's the Morrison formation? Oh, there's the Morrison formation. Morrison formation B. Why are they not, like, close together? That's odd. Okay. Yeesh, $340,000. Hello. I am very interested to talk about sauropods, particularly for this game. Specifically around their breeding habits. The breeding habits, and to an extent maybe even the males, right? Because it is interesting. Yeah. Ooh, I should probably get a one of those, I'm kind of tempted to have this be in an enclosure as well, but maybe not. I think this on its own, like... I guess not everything needs to be in an enclosure. So yeah, in terms of sauropods, China obviously has like plenty of sauropods, yeah. Mamenchisaurus is a big one, I know that for certain. So obviously we have to get Mamenchisaurus for this park. But there's... well, let's be real here. I'm pretty sure every single continent has a sauropod of some kind, right? Sauropods are like some of the most common dinosaurs that you would get, you know? Even Antarctica, although it may not be a true giant sauropod, it's still in the family, you know, prosauropod or sauropodomorph. I still like to use the term prosauropod, but you know what I mean. Like, they got Cerosaurus and Glaciosaurus and whatnot in Antarctica. Or Cerosaurus, no, Cerosaurus lived with Dilophosaurus, didn't it? Glaciosaurus lived with Cryolophosaurus. But you get the idea. Every continent has a sauropod of some kind, right? And a lot of the times, you know, with sauropods, there's not a lot I can really tell you about a lot of them because a lot of them kind of look the same. Sure, obviously you got, like, very distinctive looking sauropods, you know, but a lot of the time, they do kind of just look like this, you know? It's just, you can't really do a whole lot. But still, sauropods will be cool.
We have everything we need to synthesize
Make a male
so
Apatosaurus.
Those dinosaurs were sent to us courtesy of our very generous client, huh? They need to be treated right. So, needless to say, we better be synthesizing the most charming sauropod this place has ever seen.
Yes, well, I'm sure they'll all get along wonderfully. We should ensure that the males and females all end up in the same enclosure, though, and that they're nice and comfortable.
Okay, let's just increase the DNA just a little bit more, and then we'll go get the male Apatosauruses. Jesus Christ, that sun. Oh my god. Why is my NVIDIA filter on? There we go. This looks nicer, actually. I don't need the sun blaring at me all the time. It probably doesn't show up on your guys' end because OBS doesn't capture the NVIDIA filter, but like everything was so much more brighter. Alright. I should probably plan in advance. Another big dinosaur, other than the Mamenchisaurus, there's a lot of dinosaurs that are popping up in my mind of what we can do to grab. Sinoceratops is another obvious big contender, you know, because Sinoceratops is practically like the Jurassic World Chinese mascot, you know? It's like, they got Sinoceratops in the Jurassic World movies purely just to satisfy the Chinese audience. Which, you know what? At first, I thought it was not great because like there were so many other cooler Ceratops dinosaurs they could have picked, and like, and you know that I thought that the dinosaur, it's okay to use representation, but you got to make sure the dinosaur actually does something. And I said to an extent I still think that. I still think Sinoceratops could have had a more impactful scene rather than just showing up and licking Owen Grady's face. But I don't know, I still like Sinoceratops. I still like representation. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's better Chinese dinosaurs to represent. You know, like Archaeopteryx and Eutyrannus. Which, speaking of which, that's another Chinese dinosaur. Obviously, we're going to go try and get Eutyrannus. In fact, hold on. Can I actually get it? Not a hybrid, no. Eutyrannus. Here we go. Medium carnivores. Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Utahraptor, Metriacanthosaurus. There it is. Concavenator, Eutyrannus, Albertosaurus. Yeah, we are getting Eutyrannus. Not only is it fitting for a Chinese dinosaur, but we never had gotten Eutyrannus in the last game. And it's such a shame that I never did, because it is a really cool dinosaur, and I would like to talk about it. So yeah, we will eventually get Eutyrannus. Not in the immediate future, because we still need to do all the mission stuff and, you know, get ourselves a promising, like, currency. But it is definitely on the list. So I think let's put a rundown of dinosaurs that we must get for Jurassic World China. So not Metriacanthosaurus, Mamenchisaurus, Sinoceratops, Eutyrannus. Is there any other like really big Chinese dinosaurs? Sphaerogenosaurus, I get, but Sphaerogenosaurus is in Mongolia. A lot of the famous Asian dinosaurs are from Mongolia, funny enough. But there are still, like, Therizinosaur dinosaurs in China. Beipiaosaurus is another one. I'm not sure where Erlikosaurus is. I think that's also in Mongolia. But there's a few Therizinosaurs. We can definitely consider getting Therizinosaurs in Dreadnoughtus is South America, and same for Patagotian, but I have a feeling that both those dinosaurs are going to be brought to us anyway for the mission. Megalodon, I'm not sure why Megalodon's there. It's not particularly Chinese, but technically Megalodon's everywhere, but you know. The Manchisaurus, obviously, Quetzalcoatlus. I'm sure there are Chinese Asdarchids of some kind. Same goes for Chinese mosasaurs, but Shanjusaurus! That's another one! Yes, we gotta get Shanjusaurus. Because just like Eutyrannus, we never gotten Shanjusaurus in the last game. It's a really cool dinosaur, I need to get it. Yeah. Okay, so we should be done now, right? So, where's Apatosaurus? Here it is, Apatosaurus, 93% DNA. That's awesome. Okay, as always, I think we'll just put it on random. And we'll decide which ones we like the best. So what's the difference between male and female? Other than a slight color difference. Oh, it looks like the males kind of have a little bit more muscle on their face. Kinda. Which wouldn't really make much sense. I mean, okay, well, let me rephrase that. The females look anorexic, right? Skin wrapping. It's a serious issue of designing dinosaurs. Oh, we don't have enough. Right, okay. Now, before I put down a staff center and upgrade the scientists, I feel like I need to get some kind of currency going, because I just know for a fact that as soon as I do put down that upgrading the scientists, it's gonna like massively. I need some kind of currency, right? So we're gonna just put down a bunch of guest buildings. What do I need to synthesize an Apatosaurus again? I need the potions thing, right? Okay. Gets one more shopping amenities. What? What are you talking about? I just gave you some shopping amenities. Oh god, okay. Is that enough to make him an Apatosaurus? Or do I need to, like, do more? Nah, not enough. It was just off by one. Okay, right. Guest crowding. Wait, really? What? Wow, the milkshakes must really be good. Why is the... Wait, hold the phone. What? I guess maybe the tower and the viewing gallery is what's making it overcrowded. But I just love the idea that people just really love these milkshakes. Okay, well since we only need just one, we're off by one. Just to save money, I'm only going to upgrade, like, let's say you, right? I'm gonna train you. Oh, okay. Alright, I only need one anyway. Okay, yep. I'm good with, I'm happy with this. There we go. So now I'm gonna make the male Apatosauruses. Should I have a little play around with making the guest the place look nicer? There was a tip that I remember from Evolution Square who said to make your parks look nicer, fill everything with something, right? And I can actually see why that would be a good idea. You know, just fill in the blank spaces, fill it with like trees or something, put in fences or something. So I'm thinking maybe like right here, maybe we'll have like some kind of forested walkway or something. Bamboo. Yeah, here we go. So like a really cool bamboo walkway. There we go, and automatically that simple thing makes it look so much more nicer. I'm also thinking maybe I'll put in a fence line or something, but at the same time... Or wait, hold on, no, never mind. No, I don't need to research for bigger fences. I already have bigger fences. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna temporarily remove these so that I can make the path bigger. I guess they don't want guests to just walk into the pylons. There we go. Alright, Apatosauruses, what do we got? So we want a male. But at the same time with sauropods, we gotta be very careful with how they reproduce, right? Because they're like massive and they're already alone, like fairly needy, right? So we want them to breed, but we don't want them to breed too often, you know? I like the blue on that one. So I think we'll make you male. Oh, and you're nocturnal. So humble. Oh, humble. Oh, that's... Yeah, no, yeah. Humble's good. Humble's very good. Yeah, we're definitely making you male. We want your genes to pass on to your children. So we'll get this guy male. Well, I don't think we're gonna get 2 males. We're just gonna have 1 male, 3 females. Okay. Sauropods, they're very expensive. They're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. Yikes. Should I build a hotel? I think I'll build a hotel. Maybe that'll do something.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity of the park.
Oh, probably should have picked the photo mission, honestly. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Male Apatosaurus.
Personnel, please stand by.
Alright. Okay. And there's the male at the back there, the one with the blue. Hello.
Okay, excellent. Now all we need to do is let nature take its course. Just
Support
like it would have done on this very
Apatosaurus
spot in Cretaceous
in
China.
lane 3
Not that it
eggs.
would have been called China then, but anyway.
Well, I mean, it's China can still be China in the Cretaceous period. It's just that it would look very, very different. Right. Okay, so support Apatosaurus laying 3 eggs. Okay, so just build a nest, let the Apatosauruses do their thing, and they'll hopefully lay some little baby Apatosauruses. And I'll be very intrigued to talk about sauropod nesting habits and baby sauropods in the next episode, because we've done quite a bit, right? We're now in China. We got Apatosauruses. I'm pretty happy with how this enclosure looks, but I am worried that I can definitely see how this enclosure would get more complicated and tight the more longer it goes on. But that's something we'll need to worry about later, right? But yeah, Jurassic World China, a lot of promise, a lot of cool stuff that we can do in this place. All right, so if you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. And I'm Super Marcel. Aw, look at that, they're already romanticizing. Aw. And make sure you have a super time.